Her sister spent 2 years telling everyone she built the business, and then had the nerve to ask for it as a free wedding gift. The girl who actually built it, from nothing, showed up anyway, stood at that altar, and waited. And I promise you, this story gets so much worse. Okay, so, picture this. You've got a younger sister. Scrappy, self-taught, no safety net, no investors, no mentor, just a secondhand camera she scraped together the money to buy and a free website template she figured out herself. Grinds for years. Builds a legitimate photography business from absolute zero. Real clients, real income, real pride. And then you've got the older sister. Present at every family dinner. Always smiling. Always nodding warmly when the business comes up. Supportive in that easy, low-effort way that doesn't actually cost you anything. On the surface? Looks like a normal, loving family dynamic. But here's the thing about surfaces. Sometimes you have to wait for the right relative to pull you aside at the right holiday dinner before you find out what's underneath. And what was underneath this one? Oh, buckle up. It starts with a throwaway comment. A relative pulls her aside. Holiday dinner. Totally casual. And says something like, "Your sister must be so proud of what her mentorship did for you." And she just stares. Mentorship. What mentorship? This woman had never touched a camera. Never given a single piece of business advice. Never lent equipment, money, or so much as a useful contact. The word mentorship had absolutely no business being in that sentence. The relative, noticing the blank look on her face, pulls up a social media post 2 years old, posted by the older sister. She reads it. I'm sorry. What? The post was warm, gracious, even. Older sister talking about how proud she was of her little sis and the photography business she had supposedly helped her start, describing it as her gift, her way of giving back. 2 years of that post just sitting there, quietly building a version of reality that had nothing to do with what actually happened. While everyone in the family read it, nodded, and filed it away as fact. Not one word of it was true. Now, some people might spiral. Some people might go nuclear immediately. She didn't. She went to her sister privately. Gave her every opportunity to make it right. Explained what happened. Explained how it felt. And basically handed her an off-ramp. You know what her sister did with that off-ramp? She laughed. Called it supportive. Told her she was being oversensitive. And then, this is the part that got me. She never deleted the post, never corrected a single family member. Just let that false version of events keep breathing out in the world like it had every right to be. There. Okay, so that's already an 8 out of 10 on the audacity scale. But we're not even close to the worst part. Months pass. And then comes the wedding. And with it, a request. The older sister wants her to be maid of honor. And the official wedding photographer. Not as a paid professional. As a gift. I need you to really sit with that for a second. This woman, who stole credit for her sister's entire career, who laughed when confronted about it, who never corrected the lie, looked at the sister whose livelihood she had quietly claimed and said, "Hey, can I have that for free?" The audacity isn't just loud at this point. It has a whole stage and a lighting rig. So she explains, calmly, that photography is her job. Her income. She's happy to do maid of honor. Of course. She loves her sister. It's complicated. We'll get to that. But the photography has real value and she charges for it. Can you guess what happened next? The older sister went to the family. Told them the younger one was being greedy. Materialistic. Their mom started calling. Repeatedly. Applying pressure the way only moms can. And somehow, the narrative flipped until the person with the legitimate grievance was the one who looked unreasonable. Classic. She held her ground anyway. Found a colleague who could shoot the wedding at a reduced rate. Offered that as her actual gift. Her sister complained it was too expensive. Still, she showed up on the wedding day. Put on the dress. Helped with everything. Managed the timeline. Held it together. Did the whole maid of honor thing with full sincerity. Because that's the kind of person she is. Or was trying to be. Anyway. And then it was time for the speech. She'd thought about what she was going to say. She talked about her sister's warmth. Her humor. Her creativity. She meant it. All of it. No sarcasm. No edge. Just genuine. True things about a person she genuinely loves in a genuinely complicated way. And then, toward the end, she said something. She said her sister had always had a remarkable gift for storytelling. She said she had a rare ability to make any story her own. Then she paused. She let it sit. She didn't name the post, she didn't list grievances. She didn't turn the microphone into a courtroom. She just said what she said. Smiled. Raised her glass. Half the room probably heard it as a compliment. Sweet. Even. But the relative. The one who'd shown her the post. She saw that face. The recognition. That flash of oh, I know exactly what just happened. The reception continued. Her sister said nothing. 2 days later, a message arrived. 9 paragraphs. Accusations of ruining the wedding. Of being bitter. Of poisoning a beautiful day with pettiness. The whole thing. And then, almost as an afterthought, right at the very end, her sister wrote that she never should have supported her dreams in the first place. She read that line twice. Then she laughed. Not a happy laugh. That specific kind of laugh that happens when someone accidentally tells the truth about themselves while trying to wound you. Her sister, in 9 paragraphs of fury, had finally confirmed exactly what she'd always suspected. That the support was never real. It was a story she told about herself. And now that the story wasn't working, she wanted to take it back. The family split. Predictably. Half thought she'd crossed a line by bringing any kind of tension into a wedding. The other half sent quiet private messages. I always thought something was off about how she told that story. Which, honestly, almost worse. Because it meant people had suspected for years and said nothing. Her mom pushed for an apology. Her dad stayed silent, which she chose to read as the closest thing to support she was going to get from him. But here's the part that actually kept her up at night. And this is the part one can't stop thinking about. It wasn't her sister's reaction. It wasn't the family drama. It was the fact that she knew exactly what she'd done. She'd written those words deliberately. Chosen that moment on purpose. Timed it. And part of her, the part that had watched someone quietly rewrite her history for years, had wanted her sister to feel, just for 1 second, like the accomplishments in the room didn't entirely belong to her. She wasn't destroyed by guilt. She was unsettled by herself. By the version of herself who plans. Who waits. Who finds the exact right opening and uses it. She kept coming back to one question. Turning it over and over. I don't have an answer. I genuinely don't. And that is exactly why I'm handing this one to you. Drop your verdict in the comments right now. Did she have every right to say what she said at that wedding? Or did she cross a line no matter how much her sister deserved it? Was it justified? Was it calculated? Was it both? Can it be both? I want to see the debate. I want full arguments down there. This one's a trial and you're the jury. Next up, a story that made our entire team go completely silent. Not dramatic silent, actually unsettled silent. You do not want to miss it. Subscribe so you never miss a single drop of drama. Stories shared on this channel are inspired by real experiences posted online. All details have been anonymized and rewritten. Any resemblance to specific individuals is coincidental.